Fari Hamzei coming on the line.
If we're down on the right line.
Boomerland.
What was that? You got to repeat that. What did you answer with?
Aren't you in the Navy? What kind of a officer are you?
What
Boomerland. Boomerland. That's where that Boomerland is in Bangor, Washington, and Bangor, Maine. Actually, they're both Bangor, and a little bit of Norfolk. That's where we ship out the SSBNs. Those are submarines with nuclear missiles.
Well, nobody had their money on Boomerland here.
Well, we're going down, so we have to protect now everything way down, senor. Yeah, the hunter-killer sub is pretty much an attack submarine. Yeah, now we got to send out the nukes out there to just to protect crazy people like Putin.
Fari, so much has happened since we had you on the show here last week. We have obviously had a pretty substantial market collapse in so many different issues.
Well, look at the oil. Senor, look at the oil, 38. We trade at 38. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the snapback rally here this morning? We saw the snapback rally yesterday got faded and actually gave it all back. What do you think today?
Well, yesterday was led by Democrats. So hopefully today is led by Republicans. Because it was a weak one. He went up, boom, and the drop was vicious. I mean, and to retrain your brain, at least in my case, my little tiny brain, to retrain it right there on the fly and say, hey, this is a trap. This is a trap. You got to get short. You got to get short. It was not easy. And so, yeah, I had a couple of hits there. Because I usually, when you're not sure, my rule is very simple. Hedge. You got to be long and short. It kind of slows down everything. The blood pressure drops. Your heartbeat slows down, and you really see what your chart is telling you. Prior to that, it's just so much going on. Maybe you don't see what's in front of you. So that's at least I know myself, and as a trader, we need to understand our own flaws. And our strength, by the way, too. Can't be just negative. Negative talk is bad. So I look at it and I say, okay, I got to retrain my head quickly. Now. This is not looking right. And, of course, the shorts prevailed. And at one point, I just said, enough is enough. Short side. I'm pushing it myself now. Let me step out. And these guys can do whatever they want. And also, if you look at how we went from the IB levels, as you know, and this week, as a freebie, we have been posting the levels to everybody. As a matter of fact, we started last week. As we went to a third to fourth level on IB, and remember, once we leave IB is for those who don't know, is the futures initial balance. That's the first hour. Once we exit that regime, that range, which we did around 1 o'clock, about noonish Chicago time, then IB level is coming to play. Because now we're trending, right? We're out of sausage mode. We're in trending, and now you got to pay respect to those levels. If you look at how it traded between third and fourth, and we almost hit fifth before we closed down. I think near the cash close, we're at fifth level, which is hardly seen. But between 3 and 4, if you look at how it played it, there was no rhyme and reason. It was just, depending what kind of mood you were in, you're pushing these buttons. Buy, as Kramer would say, buy or sell. There was no logic there, and I just stayed out. Because the continuous drop had finished. Hold on, let me cut these down. Hold on, these alerts are coming up. So I just pulled back and I said, guys, enough is enough. Let's get out. Yes, we covered our little bit of losses we had. We had a tremendous day for the each day we've had. A little bit lucky, but here's the schedule problem. I've traded at night. I've traded pre-open. I've traded good portion of RTH in front of a bunch of people with headset on, and this is live. 4 chat rooms. So the stress is heavy. How long we can continue this, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'm not the only one in stress. I'm sure the other participants are.
Exactly. I traded almost 16 hours there yesterday. I traded from 4 a.m. till the 8 a.m. close, and I am just taking little breaks here for a bite to eat or something. But for the most
don't you have a good intern, cute intern, to get you the soup?
I know. Well, you got to leave your desk for a few minutes there just to catch your wind. But I just don't know how many. I want to slow down just because I don't want any more 16-hour trading days.
I'm with you. I mean, and keep in mind, if you go back to your trades, I did a little bit last night, you see your errors. I made a lot of mistakes. And you know what covers it is the fact the ranges are so big. Because the ranges are so big, yeah, it covers you as long as you get the direction right. Yeah, you can make a couple of mistakes, at least, even though it's very vicious. But in the other way, it's also forgiving if you get the direction right. If you don't get the direction right and keep on just flipping, because they trap you one after another, there's nothing left. You're done. I got one guy who just said, Mr. Hamzei, what do I do? New file. In our OTF room, what do I do? I said, you're not paying attention. You haven't learned yet. Plus, who said you should be trading right now? He says, well, you told me no trading day one. So we did an offer for our OTF room, other time frame, the big player, the breadcrumb reading type of a project. A lot of people came in, but I told them, do not trade, please. This is probably the worst time. Who knew this is going to be the environment? Because that was for 4 weeks. Who knew this environment was going to be in? This is not necessarily the best time to learn a new environment. Anyhow, I had told them no. Day one, I had said no trading day one. They took it literally. They started trading the next day. Well, the next couple of days after that, volatility exploded. Now, I put in about, 6, 8 charts last night on Hunter Killer Sub. Please go there. You don't need to follow it, but we will update given the vol regime you're in. But you do want to take a look at what I put in last night. The couple of charts, one at the very, very end that shows the percent of, and it comes from stock charts, the percent of S&P components, this is crucial, guys, above their 200-day MA was at 13%. Last time we were down here was right before 2009 low in March of 2009 and August 2011. Okay. Now, a lot of people I see, I haven't done this yet. I'll do it today. 2011 analog, and I'll just have to build it on Excel. I'll do it tonight. No biggie. But there is some similarities on that. My big trader, Brad Sullivan, the hedge guy, he actually feels we will stabilize here, and then somewhere post Jewish holidays, let's say after Yom Kippur, then we should roll over into a vicious low in October.
Fari, how'd you handle things on Monday? What an unusual situation, with the market coming down. The SPOOs halted right before the open.
Well, sure. First of all, I changed my bias too early. I was very pissed about that on Friday. And I found out from Timer Digest I could have done Sunday night and cancel it and say, no reversal, just stay short. Because I had taken 113 handles in a week. That was just unheard of. And now, by the way Monday closed, there was another 100 points, and then 25 last night. So you can imagine what kind of trauma in my head has been going on in terms of my Timer Digest call. Now, that is a timing contest. You're not trading, you're calling it. But now, and you cannot trade according to your bias all the time. You got to trade by order flow, what you see on the charts. Because you may have a view, and that's the time of market timing is, you're rated over 1 year against 150 top timers, okay? And I'm probably short-term wise, I was ahead of the pack until Monday morning, obviously. Now, I traded Sunday night, okay? We had about 5, 6 people came into the chat room. We traded that. It was good, but there were some, again, areas you could make a little mistake and would run away, and pretty much your head was ready to be handed to you, and you had to hedge it. So when in doubt, I was hedging. The moment you would start trending, that is like in OTF charts, you wouldn't get equal bars going back and forth. They'll start building on each other up or building down. That's where you see the big boys are in. When the big boys are coming in, you don't need a hedge. You just need to be on the right direction and let the ride take you.
At the top of the show, Fari, at the top of the show, you mentioned a very good point, and when the volatility gets like this, you said you talked about having long and short. Are you talking about, options within a particular stock, or are you just...
No. Basically, yes, no, not touching to NQ. We doubled down on some call spreads into September and October call spreads. We doubled down on some, but no, just ES and NQ. Running ES against NQ. And according to my latest calculation, you still need to use something like a 9-to-5 ratio. That's a perfect hedge. 5 ES for 9 NQ. Why that is? A little bit of volatility is different, and also beta is different. And also the price factor. One is $50 a point, one is $20. So it's not exactly 2-to-1. you need to run it about 9 to 5. Now, 9 to 5 creates a perfect hedge. That means there's no new losses, no new gains. Okay, that's what's stopping everything. I don't do that. I do partial hedge. So I still keep some bias, but I slow it down tremendously, so that now my head is clear. It's not clear, but at least calm there. Yeah, you don't have that blood rushing to your head where you almost don't even see the screen in front of you because you're panicking. You remember, trading size is a different problem, right? And these days, if you make the right directional call, let's say for 2 hours, okay, just a pretty short period, 2 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours, right directional call, let's say at the beginning or at the end of the day, and you have a little bit of size on, you've made your month.
Oh,
You've made your money.
Yeah, that's one thing we stress too. When the markets get, at this volatile, if you're normally, a 1,000 share, 1,000 lot trader,
Right.
dial it down to 400 or 500. You're still going to make or lose the same amount of money.
Exactly.
And you have a
exactly.
little,
I say something on the future side. Just say, people just be ready. This stuff going to run away like a freight train without a controller. And if you don't watch it, you're going to go home and the wife says, "Hey, honey, there's a couch for you in the garage." So,
Sigma channels.
Yes, sir.
Did we on some stocks of the was your computer just sparking with new Sigma channels? I mean, how?
Well, we have to put fourth and fifth on some.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, on volatility, fourth wasn't working anymore. You have fifth on just to see where that level is, okay? Because you remember, you got to be ahead of the prices, right? You got to do some projecting. So fourth was no longer good on volatility. This is +4. So we have to put +5 up. I don't think we hit it, but we got close. On the downside, we had a number of SPX usually -3 is it because law of averages. But we hit number -4 constantly. Now, last night we pulled to the side. We went to -3 sigma. Usually that's a sign of stabilizing. Okay? So I'm not surprised with today being up. But as you know better than I do, what matters is the close.
Yeah,
and
what do you think about...
Close what matters. Early on, this could be anything. This could be a little trap. I don't know. Now, Launchpad mode. We're getting a lot of emails about Launchpad mode. Let me use this forum just to respond to that because you have equally inquisitive traders. Launchpad mode is where we look at number of, like McClellan oscillator, -300 or lower, okay? I think we did 330 last night or 330, I'm sorry, the night before last. 330 or 336, I believe it was 336, there we go. Last night was -290, back to back, okay? If you look at the breadth trust for NYSE, it hit 29 again on Monday. Yesterday it was a 31 almost. If you look at our SP2 indicator, we hit, I believe, 9. I have not seen that. 9 out of a range of 0 to 100. Last night closed at 4. 9 was yesterday. It was Monday night. Last night hit 4. If you go to SP1 Momo closed at 13.8 last night. Okay, these are, and also number of new lows. Monday night, 199. S&P. So 40% of S&P were making new lows. My dear friends, this is a beginning of a launchpad mode. That means it's not going to come tomorrow, but a month from now, 3 weeks from now, a month from now, 3 months from now, we're a lot higher.
You think we're at new highs?
I don't know that, but we're going to be a lot higher from this low. I think we're going to get repriced. Remember, when assets gets repriced, we're not going to come back to the levels we were used to for a while. But the launchpad mode says mean reversion and some large money managers will get very, very, they get too excited. Like the dog who hasn't eaten and you show him with a couple of treats, he goes crazy. That's what's going to happen.
Sorry, if you think we're going to launchpad mode, which stocks do you want to own? Give us 3 picks here right now that
Netflix, Amazon, and Apple.
All the guns.
Yeah, of course. Listen, senor, F-14 pilot, you open up the throttle, full afterburner. Mach 3, let's go.
Fari, you sound like you're getting into Jim Cramer camp there with the...
No. I'm reading... No, hold on. Read the fine print. My mom wanted me always to go to law school. But I was hired once from Harvard and Stanford. My attitude was, if you do it in business, you can hire anybody you want. Do good in business, everything else is fine. You don't have to go through those schools. They are great schools, but the guy still talk like a lawyer.
You went to
Watch
Princeton.
what I said.
Now. You went to Princeton.
And I'm not trying to be tricky, but it's crucial. I write on the Twitter saying, guys, pay attention to and look for what is the catalyst to get there. All these charts are giving you signals, okay? But that's all they are, signals. Because in the past, these kind of events preceded the forecast we were giving. But then, what happened in between? There was some intervention. Somebody said something. The Fed did something. Or if it was a war zone or something, we sent in, the Fifth Fleet or something, like Clinton did in October of '97 and changed the charts. You got to look for the catalyst. Now it's kind of paying attention to the tea leaves, because the charts are giving a certain message, which is not in line with what we're seeing in terms of current action. But what's created that reversal is the catalyst. Now you got to be on the news watch to see where that catalyst comes. Catalyst may not come today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
You can't load the boat here.
Chris,
but be ready.
Chris asked Tex, he's asking about what, no Twitter in there? What a dog that's been. Just give us your
I know, forget it. Don't even bring it up, please.
Okay.
Last night, it showed I follow 0 people and 5 people follow me.
Oh, really? All right, Fari, real quickly, before we let you go. How are you approaching this open here? We're moving around. We're up 43 handles. We hit 23.50. Are you getting dirty right off the open? You going to wait for first few minutes here? Did you make so much money trading last night you're leaving it alone? Just give us a little bit of your approach.
Okay.
We're still...
Well, first of all, the monies that I make at night or pre-open, I haven't traded this morning pre-open because I'm a little bit tired. Like yesterday I did. I usually do that around like 8:10, 8:15, into the close and then stop to see how the close is. I'm sorry, into the open. So like 8:10 Chicago to about 8:29, and stop and see what the open is, and then react again. But I usually put that as a cushion, because there's a good chance I'm going to lose it. These are volatile times. We are going to make mistakes. That's normal. Now, in terms of what we really need to do is really watch the 5 minutes. That first 5 minutes is crucial, because there could be a lot of head fakes in there. And you don't want to get caught at the extreme, either too long or too short. So I'm going to watch the first 5 minutes. And then the other part you want to watch is probably Chicago time, 9:20 to 9:30. That's where they're going to mess around with the IB. Because that's what they're trying to get the IB to a level where the extensions make sense. The extensions of IB higher and lower on some other targets that you see on the charts. So pay attention how the first 5 minutes open.
Okay.
Pay attention last 10 minutes of the first hour.
Okay.
And you see that all of a sudden it perks up. It's going nowhere for a while. After the news, we get news at the top of the hour, let's say, and so forth. Now today we have EIA data at 9:30 Chicago time. The oil, crude oil. That's going to be crucial for the price of crude. A lot of people are going to watch that. So just try to be flat right before the news. Try to not guess the news. Try to read and measure the response to the news.
Great advice
that
from
should give you more
Fari
clues.
Hamzei. Fari Hamzei of Hamzei Analytics. He joins us every Wednesday, giving us his colorful outlook on the market. Fari, thanks a lot. Great information as always. We'll talk to you again next Wednesday.
Always a pleasure and honor to be with you both.